Hi, class. This is Professor Stefan Veldhaus. Nice to meet you. I am your instructor for this second part of our summer session at LBCC. I wanted to tell you a little bit about me, a little bit about the course, and then we'll get to know each other as we hop into what is going to be hopefully really fun and definitely very fast 5 weeks or so. Your first assignment is to tell me the things that I'm going to tell you, but about yourself. So, if you would, and you do not have to do a video of this, you could just type it. Um, you'll see that I'm going to open up different portals for us through our Canvas shell. So you'll be at modules, so you'll be able to access them as we go along. And I'll have video lectures for everything that you need to know for the tests and exams. Even we'll actually do a review for the exams as well. Um, but before I get to that, I just want to tell you a little bit about me. And I'm asking that you all tell me these four things about yourself as well. So tell me your name or your preferred name. Tell me where you grew up. Tell me what your major is or what you think it will be. And then, if you could, tell me what is your dream job if you could do anything and get paid for it. So I'll start. So again, my name's Professor Stefan Veldhaus. Most people can't pronounce my last name. I don't mind. It's Dutch. It's a little tricky. But I just go by Professor V mostly. Um, so a little bit about me. I grew up in a city called Charlottesville, Virginia. I lived there from about 1 month old and all the way through college. I will tell you guys up front that I was a really bad student for a really long time. In fact, almost the majority of my life, especially getting to later years in high school and early years of college. What was important for me and honestly sort of life saving was that I loved soccer and I played it. And as I was getting recruited by different NCAA coaches, every time I would contact them about the letter they sent me of interest, they would say, "How are your grades?" And I would always be shying away from answering that question because they were bad. And I barely graduated public school, just barely a 2.0, and I was able to get in. And after a year, though, of playing NCAA Division One soccer, I had basically failed out of school. So I had to go to community college, which is amazing because that's where I've been teaching since 2007. Been teaching at community college level, and exactly the course that we have now. Although I will say it's much more exciting now. A little bit crazy, a little bit intense, but definitely my goal is to not allow you guys to be bored. And hopefully we won't be because there's so much interesting stuff happening. I grew up in Charlottesville and then I had to go to community college to get my grades back up and ended up graduating after finishing my other 3 years of NCAA eligibility. And then as I moved on, I thought I have now have a broken leg, a left leg, broken right ankle, a hernia, and a torn ACL. I don't know if I can pursue this dream of playing professionally, so I started applying to graduate schools. And one that I got into was very high on my list because of I wanted to just kind of move out of Virginia and get a fresh start. And I've always thought California was a cool place to be. So I moved to San Diego in 2005, and there I got my master's degree in international relations. But as I was getting my master's, I was working at the gym, working at Subway, working as an inner city tutor for children who had troubled lives, and it was very gratifying. But the economy was really bad by the time I finished. It was right before Obama was elected, and so I actually had a couple friends from my master's degree that had said, "Hey, you should come consider doing your PhD, your doctorate. We found this school. It's in a place called Claremont. It's in like East Los Angeles, and we think that we think that it would be a great option for you. So I looked into it and thankfully got in, and then spent many years there. While I was doing my PhD, I was teaching at the college level, but I was also coaching college soccer at Pomona Pitzer College. It's two small colleges that are so small. The NCAA allows them to be one team. But it was really fun. NCAA women's coach for those years that I did that. And with young kids and so forth, I wasn't able to continue coaching soccer in that capacity, but I do still coach my kids, and it's been a joy. Um, Porque fútbol es el idioma de todo el mundo. I've made so many friends from around the world from this game, and it actually helped me to get out of, um, trouble and failing out of school. So, by the way, that translates to soccer is the language of the world. So, try not to talk too much about soccer, but at least now you know that's my academic journey. And then from there, my dream job is actually what I do right now. I love it. Um, if you had to ask me another one, I might say United States Senator. Um, but that's it's a whole different world in the political game, so I'm not so sure. But that's a little bit about me, and I'd love to hear a little bit about you. So if you would, tell us your name or what you prefer to be called, where you grew up, your major, and then what's your dream job. You're going to see as we go along this semester, a couple things I want to just say up front. Almost everything we cover is controversial. There's a person who's a former president and running again, who's maybe the most controversial person in modern American history. Everything we cover just about is controversial. So, what I ask of you all is to be respectful of each other in the dialogue we have, which I'm sure you will be. But just in case, I wanted to say that there are people with very different views in politics, and I understand that. So my promise to you in return is that I'm going to do everything I can as a human being to try not to take sides on issues, to present both sides, and then let you all believe what you believe, but now based not just on a gut feeling, but the knowledge of what's actually going on. Some of you may already be in a position where you know what's going on, that you follow politics, and that's something that's passionate for you. But there's also tons of people who are not in that group. And so my goal is to make the class exciting for everybody, regardless of whether you love or hate politics, whether you know a lot or you don't know anything. um, that's my goal, is to make it the least boring possible. But it is very controversial, so we'll be, talking about topics that are, sensitive and in some ways very personal, laws and policies and but man, you've chosen a good time to take a class like this because I don't think you'll be bored with all the stuff going on. Hopefully, it really will be a fun summer semester for all of us. So, with that said, you guys can read the syllabus and see basically how the course is structured. And there's going to be videos every week of me kind of just having hopefully not as dry as a lecture sounds, but more like a conversation with you all to the extent that it's possible about what we're learning that week. And so you're going to be required to, of course, watch the videos, and then give me your observations independent of anyone else. And then once you've given those opinions, you can post your thoughts on your classmates' opinion of what you learned. So, really, hopefully, it'll spark a dialogue. You're going to need to comment on several of your classmates' um, summaries of what they saw in the video or what they got from it. And again, as long as we keep it civil and respectful, I think it'll be awesome. I know you guys can do it, so thank you in advance. And I will try everything in my power to stay neutral, but I will give you the best that I can, all sides of the story. And sometimes it's not even just Republican and Democrat. There's actually a lot, some other smaller parties that you'll see on the syllabus, like the Green Party or Libertarian Party. And there's always a chance for an independent candidate that's not from those two smaller parties to hop in the presidential race, for example. So I really think it'll be fun. Please do me a favor and tell us your preferred name, your where you grew up, your major, and your dream job, and then yeah, we'll get to know each other and hop right into our first week of summer school. So I'm really looking forward to it. One more thing I can say is I know, from experience that people have jobs and kids and lives and things that go on. So I am here for you if you need to talk, if I can be of any help. If you give your best, I know you'll do well. I have no doubt about it. And always feel free to reach out to me if you're behind or struggling or things are not going great. I'll try to do my absolute best to be understanding and sort of be there for you in whatever way I can to help you finish the course strong. So with that said, welcome. It's great to meet you. Professor V signing off for now, but I'm looking forward to a great summer semester.